So, Eco Idols, human versus orc. I'm gonna be the human here at the top left side of the map. Just let me quickly check if I am properly recording. Yes, I am. So, opening with standard build order.
Ready to work.
And I think about going MK here.
Ready to work. Job's done. Job's
I
done.
mean, I always go MK. If you watched my videos, you know I always go MK versus orc.
Job's done.
Just because people on Battle.net don't
Ready
always,
to work.
they often don't harass the expansion, so it's safe to get an expansion.
Ready to work.
And even if they do,
Done.
with the Mountain King, you can get away with that. Especially on maps where
Ready to work.
there aren't creeps who poison you and damage you too much. So
Ready for action.
in this case I decide to go for militia creeping the green camp here to get some additional experience, because I want to have level 3 as soon as I can. I'm expecting a Blade Master, but as you will see,
Job's done.
it's not going Blade Master at all. And that's why, first of all, it doesn't creepjack me here, and then it won't even creepjack me here, as you will see now. Which is quite strange, because some people don't creepjack you here at the green camp, but they will definitely try and do some damage here when you expand with a Blade Master or maybe with a Farseer. So I'm expecting now some Aras, but so far no sign of
Job's done.
aggressiveness by the orc.
Our forces are under attack.
Mountain King gets level 2, well on its way to level 3, but not quite there yet. I'm gonna make a tower very quickly here to protect from a push.
Job's done.
And these Morlocks don't really do a lot of experience. I'm hoping for a ton of experience, which will grant me a level 3, I believe. But nope, it's only ton of strength. Pretty useless at this point of the game to me. So no level 3. Or maybe even with the ton of experience, I'm not sure. I think I would barely be level 3, or if not, I would be very very close with the Tomb of Experience.
Job's done.
But I think I should be level 3 with that, not sure. If you know about that, you can tell me in the comment. But I remember that so many times with the similar creep route I got level 3, but I'm not sure if I did this creep camp too. That's why I'm not sure about this. Basically, if now I do this green camp, I'm not gonna be level 3, I think.
Ready to work.
Or maybe yes, whatever. Maybe I would be level 3 even without the ton of experience, yeah. Doesn't matter, because I decided to go for the Renegade Wizard because he's not pushing me in any ways. This gives me a very good item, Pendant of Energy. So there's no point wasting time doing the Greek camp here when I can go directly for the Merc. Attack is not started yet, we are 6 minutes into the game.
Our forces are under attack.
So pretty late attack, and too many peasants here, apparently, but I'm not focused there at the moment. And it doesn't really matter, it's better to have too many than not have enough.
Ready for action.
This will get fixed in a while, in fact, in a second I mean. I'm building my shop to heal up everything because everything is hurt. And now I'm thinking about going for these burrows. Since I got the level 3,
Job's done.
very soon I will be healed up. Tech has started in the meanwhile, so not a fast attack, but not even too late considering that I'm expanding, and that's because it didn't push me, so I had the time to stabilize.
Town is under siege.
However, now he is pushing, and he's doing some weird push with a Shadow Hunter first. I mean, who plays Shadow Hunter first? And 5 grunts, so that's a lot of grunts. And Mercs, so I assume is staying at tier 1 or just stacking. And now that we are watching the replay, we can see he's got an expansion, but at this point I have no idea that he got this expansion. I have absolutely no idea that he's got an expansion. So he's staying tier 1, expanding and pushing. So this is just a distraction push. But when I was playing I wasn't thinking about that, because this is a style that not many orcs play on the ladder. So I was quite confident that if I just, because he fakes the all-in, you see, places towers here, it looks like an all-in, it looks like he's all-inning, but he's not. So I think, okay, if I hold this, I'm gonna win the game easily.
Job's done.
So I just cancel the towers first, make sure they don't come up, because together with the serpent wars they could be nasty. Nice Stormbolt to kill the Troll Shadow Priest. I want to get rid of his mercs, so the next Stormbolt will definitely kill the Berserker. So this has been held very easily. So basically at this point I think the game is already over. That's what I thought. Because I was like, okay, this push didn't do too much. Getting his shop, getting one more peasant, peon I mean. Oh, I didn't finish that. Now I decide to go for the Shadow Hunter and I surround to force a TP. But he's not paying attention. I don't know why he's not town portaling, so the next Stormbolt secures the kill here. So big mistake by him, definitely. He could have town portal. I have no idea why he chose not to town portal. So at this point I really thought, okay, this game is over, GG. He's got a few grounds, he's got no hero. I got Mountain King level 4 with Pendant of Energy, plenty of mana to throw more bolts. I'm gonna get the next grunt here. But if you look at my word situation, it's not too good. Still, it looks very, very good for me. But I remember that I don't know about the expansion. I had no idea about the expansion at this point of the game. Otherwise, I would just go there and push it. Right? Send all my footmen at the expo. Let's see if he has towers at this point. It doesn't have towers yet, okay, but they already finished, so I wouldn't do anything with my footmen there because I don't have defend. But if I knew about this expo, if I had scouted it, I could easily research defend now and then, start harassing it.
I live to serve all believers.
But instead I'm just going for my standard build.
Research complete.
And I want to get GRYPHONS, and I'm going for the burrows. But everything is so compact in this space that I can't really surround the farms because they're really one attached to the others, so I'm not gonna be able to accomplish too much here. Kill one farm. Let's see if he will supply stock. No, because he's got a shit ton of farms, plus he has the expansion, so I don't ship anything here basically. And this opens a window for him, because I lost quite some footmen and he killed only one burrow, which would be decent if it makes him supply stock, but because he's got an expansion, so he's got plenty of supply, this Aras didn't do anything.
under attack.
So, but I'm power creeping. So that's very important. This is a small map you want to take out the camps pretty quickly. And the fact is I cannot go tier 3 because I'm too busy reproducing food and peasants. I don't have wood. I really need peasants here.
Ready to work. Job's done. Ready to work.
And I'm getting mass dragon oaks because I know that I won't have tier 3 for a long time. He's got a lot of grunts and I feel like I need to make units immediately. I feel like I cannot just stay at 50 and wait for tier 3 to break upkeep. I need to have something right now to work with those grunts. Because the footman won't do that. Footman lose to grunts. So, and in fact, he's pushing again. He's got even more grunts.
Job's done.
He's got those nasty serpent wars. And he's got demolisher, so the damage is insane. Look at the damage against my town hall, which doesn't have upgrade, by the way. That's a lot of grunts, so I need to go for those demolishers, and I do. But this speed scroll is very nasty. Paladin is so slow, incredibly slow, doesn't have boots of speed. No one of my heroes has boots of speed. So he gets the surround. And I just have to run for the time being. There's nothing I can do here. I decide to go and see if he's got an expansion, because at this point I'm like, okay, let's hope it doesn't have an expansion, because I see he's got a lot of grunts, right? When I see those towers, I'm like, what the fuck? However, town portals here, I don't know why I use town portal here, could just walk there. The thing I have going for me is my strong demon hunter. Shadow hunter can never solo against my, I mean, not demon hunter, I mean mountain king. But again, I'm surrounded here, and there's no town portal, and this mountain king is so slow, and it will fall. There's nothing I can do to save him. So right now, all of a sudden, I thought I already won the game, but I might be in trouble here. Because I have no hero, so I have to rebuy at the town very quickly and just run. I really want to put some speed, but this is freaking Eco Isles. The map is so small, there's no way you can just sneak out to a shop. There's only one shop, so it's got the map control now in this moment. But the thing I have going for me is I have a lot of Dragon Oaks, and tier 3 is finally finished, so I'm gonna be able to start the production with the real units that I want to have, which is GRYPHONS. But again, look at this. This is very interesting now. It's mass pushing against my town hall. I'm gonna put the replay into slow speed. But he's sacrificing a lot of units for this, you know? Because all of his damage is into my town hall. I have a lot of peasants for mass repair. So I decide to go for his demolishers, and he can't micro them. He's not microing them because all of his attention is, he wants this gold mine, which by the way I could easily reproduce. Even if he gets it, it doesn't matter. It's only a town hall, is not a castle, is not it's not tier 2, and he failed. He doesn't have enough damage because I killed the demolishers, and now all of a sudden it looks very good for me again. I'm 77 food and he's at 59. But keep in mind he's got the expo, so it's not over, but it just looks very good for me, right? Paladin gets level 2. But again, you can see the absence of boots of speed, the massive impact that he's got. I'm not able to find those kills because Mountain King is always behind. He's so far from his units, and I just can't throw the strongbolt because I'm out of range. So at this point I make a big mistake, because I don't see his shadow is troll. Okay, I thought he had only grunts. I didn't see those troll headhunters, which by the way had 1 armor upgrade. So I decided to start this creep because I feel like, okay, now I can't do much. But then I see he's got all of those trolls and they do insane damage against my Dragonos, so I can't finish the camp. And I try to go for the SH, but it runs. Everything is so messy here. Dragonos are falling and Paladin gets, unluckily I would say, stuck between the army and the trees. And all of a sudden I'm at 53 and he's at, okay, still 55, but I can't fight anymore against these headhunters because they are just the count of the Dragonox.
Research complete.
So I need to be very patient here and finally get my Griffons. Building the 3rd Gryphon Aviary because I really need that. I know this is trying to tower up here and I quickly cancel that. This game is constant motion, so I'm gonna catch a scroll wheeling. And with the Griffons, I'm hoping to finally get those skills that I wasn't able to find with the
Job's done.
Dragonox. I know that he's got those damn trolls who are the count of the Griffons as well. But at this point I cannot change that. I cannot go knights because I won't have enough of them. They will still die to the chain lightning, to the axes, to the serpent word, so I need to commit the Griffons. I simply need to outnumber him and snipe units 1 by 1 and then play the kiting game. Like sniping 1 unit, running back, sniping another one and stuff. That's the only chance. And I'm trying to do that. As you can see, I'm trying to poke him to snipe 1 unit after the other. I get 1 grunt. 2 armor is a lot, but against Griffons, even without upgrades, Griffons they just own grunts with the magic damage. So. But I definitely need upgrades here. I can't just stay 0-0. I'm at 78 again. He's at 53. But this 78 armies, yeah, it's like how much supply are Griffons? 4 or 3? I don't remember. A lot of the supply is still in production, and I have a huge number of peasants. So a lot of supply is just peasants, as you can see. It's an insane amount of peasants. Luckily, I made a lot of towers to protect me from the trolls. But again, demolishers with double armor and 1 attack upgrade going straight for my main. I don't attack because I want to have a full group of Griffons and Hawks. As you can see, I got my reinforcements. I want to hit from behind, but he's got tower support. And the Mountain King is mispositioned, he gets axed. Getting 1 demolishers, but the damage against the Griffons is just insane. I go for the farce here, but I don't get it because the Mountain King again is blocked by the shop, so very bad engagement for me here. Very unlucky. The positioning of the shop blocking my Mountain King essentially. So I had to restart the fight and TP. And I lost a lot there, like more than 10 supply. And he's got even big bad to do, so at this point I'm like, what the fuck? The only thing I can do here is hero focus. I got a lot of Griffons here. You can see the damage against the shadow is insane. And I get the town portals. That was massive for me, allows me to buy more time. if I don't focus the Shadow Hunter, the game is over here. I knew that was the only chance and I did it. Still at 68 because my economy isn't hurt, so I can produce. But this at 69, so now it's overcoming me in terms of supply. It's got an insane amount of trolls. But I'm gonna get some more experience with those towers. I'm gonna get this shop, so it's a little bit of gold that is gonna lose. Like a few hundred gold that is gonna lose that he invested into those buildings. So that's nice. In the meanwhile, one more Griffon is in production. I have how many in the field? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Griffons. One. I would need to have 12 to have a really huge hero kill potential. But in the meanwhile, I am 1-1, so it's not like I'm 0-0 anymore. So I got the upgrades. Quickly moving forward to show you this creep camp. Going back. Healing up everything. Let me see if I buy a staff. And now I got an 80-foot army, 2-1 Griffons, soon 2-2. I need to buy a staff, but for some reasons I don't buy it right now. But again, he's pushing. I wanted to go for his expo, but he's pushing with like more than 20 trolls. That's a lot of trolls with big bad voodoo. And the Mountain King again is blocked because the trolls are so many that they block the path. Look at this concave. They create like a circle and Mountain King cannot move. He just cannot go, he just cannot get inside and bolt the Shadow Hunter. With the bolt, this Shadow Hunter would definitely be forced to town portal or even dead, because the stun would, it would be dead because I would stun him and then finish him off with the Griffons. But the concave is very good for him. I'm losing a lot of GRYPHONS here, so I have to back off. And the Shadow Hunter can safely be microed back these trolls. However, the trolls don't do jack shit to towers, and they don't do jack shit to buildings. So as you can see now, this mechanism that worked very well in his favor, preventing the Shadow Hunter from being killed, now is working against him because these trolls are all over the place and my Griffons are able to pick them off one by one. Boom. I'm not losing anything here and I'm killing all of his trolls, which are 2-3 by the way. So they have very good upgrades. But my base is safe. And now all of a sudden I'm at 65 and he's at 50. So very good trade for me. He's losing everything if he doesn't get out. But again, a little bit of overextension by me right now. Because I see his army is so small, I'm like, okay, let's finish him off. And get the Farseer even, but the trolls still do a lot of damage. I don't want to trade Griffons with trolls. Because trolls can be easily replaced, Griffons can't. So, definitely overextending here. Even if I'm 2-2, his trolls are 2-3, so they do a lot of damage. Because piercing attack does extra damage on armored units and light armor. And I believe that the Griffon is light armor, yeah. So that's why. But I got the Shadow Hunter, so that was big. More experience, level 6 for me, and needs to invest a lot to revive him. Let's see if he revives it straight off. Yes, he does. He's got a lot of gold because he's staying at 50 apparently. So he's got a lot of gold. How much gold does he have left into the gold mine?
Our gold mine has collapsed.
2,000, a little bit less than 2,000, 1,090 something. But I got 2,000, more than 2,000 because of all this mass repair that I had to do, which prevented me from mining. So that's why I still have more gold than he does. But at this point in time I didn't know about this because I didn't know exactly when he produced his expo. 65 for me. I'm now going to the shop. I see it's not being crept, but again all of his trolls are in position. It's 65 for me against 50, but it's still a very scary army. Because like I said, it's the counter to what I have. He axes one of the Griffons. I try to staff him, but because the Griffon is so small because of the axe, I accidentally staff something else and the Griffon falls. However, Mountain King is strong. I try to go for the hero. Nice stun, maybe will fall now. But I get the town portal, lose another Griffon though, get one troll. Pretty even trade this one because I got the town portal, I got one troll, I got one Griffon, maybe two. It's pretty even. And it's still below 50. And I'm still above 50. So I'm paying a lot of taxes now. I'm trying to see if he's got an easy to kill base with burrows, but doesn't, because he's got reinforced burrows obviously, and the paladin is in trouble again, gets axed. And I'm clicking staff, but just at the moment I click staff, the chain lightning is there. Paladin falls. So at this point I'm very disappointed because that's some additional experience for him. The far series are already level 3, so it's getting out of control. Not really out of control, but combined with the level 6 Shadow Hunter, it is. So the far series must not get 5. Or those Griffons would be in big danger. The chain lightning level 3. So plus the damage of these rolls. I'm finishing gold, so at this point I don't know really if I'm in a good position or not. I'm reviving the paladin because I don't know how much gold does he have. We are watching the replay, so we can see his gold mine has already run out of gold. So this is his definitive army. Okay, he won't be able to produce anything more. He can sell sentry wars, he can sell a few items, but that's it. So this fight will decide the game, and you can see he's all in now with peons. And I was going to push him, but I can't. And I town portal. Oh! I didn't notice that. Very big mistake. That's unfortunate. So 3 Griffons were out of range. They didn't town portal with me. They arrived later on. You can see they're just arriving right now, but at the same time, towers are doing the job here. Big Bang Voodoo. Paladin only now joining with another Griffon.
Under attack.
No more Griffons in production. The ultimate has to be used here. It is 64 for me versus 56 for him. Because I killed a few trolls in the meanwhile. Mass focus fire on the Shadowhunter. Mountain King catches a Holy Light. Again, Shadowhunter is in trouble and I get him. Very crucial kill here. Paladin could get surrounded by the wolves and the trolls, but I activate the shield and he doesn't perform the surround apparently. He could do it again, but he's not doing it. I don't know why. Paladin would definitely be dead. Oh, okay, there's a staff to save him. But finally, I get the Farseer as well. And at this point, with no heroes, he can't reproduce the heroes. Both of my heroes are still alive. Even if he gets all of my Griffons, the game is over. Good game. But full of mistakes on both sides, full of also good moves, good nice surrounds, but also a lot of mistakes. And the game could have been closer much earlier if I only scouted the expo. So not scouting the expo was the biggest mistake here. And then not buying the Boots of Speed, I wouldn't say it's a mistake. It wasn't a mistake because I just didn't have the time. I was too busy defending or pushing, so that was just impossible. But scouting was possible. If I scouted the Shadowhunter, if I scouted the expo, I could just research defend, and defend would have helped me enormously also against the trolls. Just imagine I have some footmen on defend when I push with Dragonors or Griffons, and I could easily deal on the ground with the footmen and then go for the hero kills with the Griffons. But other than that, a very nice game, very close game with very undecisive result until the very last fight. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you liked the video, put a thumbs up, subscribe, and of course make sure to subscribe to my Twitch channel as well. Subscriptions are now available, so if you want to support my channel, if you want to support my work, you can subscribe to Twitch, subscribe to my stream, and you will get the subscriber badge. And yeah, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.